G'day guys and welcome to another episode. Well, today we're in Deception Bay and I'm chasing Dusky Flathead on the flats using soft plastics. Let's go. Righto, first flatfish for the morning. Not a bad fish to start on either. Just entered into a little drain and we're in about, I guess, sort of 600 to 800 millimetres of water. You can see that little prawn imitation in the corner of his mouth there. He's a nice fish, he'd be about 45 centimetres. Hopefully there's a few more of his mates in here. He's actually a little bit bigger than I thought. He's actually 49 centimetres, so I've just stuck a tag in him. Gonna let him go and hopefully someone else will catch him and report where they caught him. Just got belted again straight away, so 2 in 2 casts, so I think we found a patch of fish. This one's not as big as the last one, but he's still a pretty decent fish. He'd be just legal, I guess. Oh, there goes my Squidgy. Nice little flathead. Yep, that one there, just over 41 centimetres. Once again, we'll stick a tag in him and let him go. See you, mate. That's the lure I caught those last 2 fish on, so that's a Squidgy Wriggler prawn. Sort of looks like a prawn with that nice curl tail there. Put him back on the hook and try and get a few more fish out of him. Actually, nah, time for a new one. You can see he's just split through the head there. Rigging it on a 1/6 2/0 jig head. So we line it up, make sure that it's going to track nice and straight. Just like that, ready to catch a flathead. I'm adding a little bit of this S factor, just to help with the lure attracting the fish. Plenty of different retrieves that you can do for these flathead. The one that I like is sort of like a burn and kill style retrieve by shaking the rod tip at the same time. So crank the handle 4 or 5 times, shaking that rod tip, then let the lure sink down to the bottom. Go again, let the lure sink to the bottom. And generally what you'll find, as soon as you pick that lure up off the bottom, that's when you'll get the strike. Before I move on from this spot, I'm just going to work it over a little bit. I got 2 fish in 2 consecutive casts then, so when you're fishing for flathead, it often pays to stick around where you've caught a fish rather than to continue to move across the flats. So we started fishing at dead low tide. The tide's now starting to push up over the flats, and the amount of bait fish getting belted by, I don't know, I'm guessing they're flathead and brim, maybe the odd trevally or tailor, but the place is really coming alive now. Rightio, fish number 3. I just changed from that Squidgy prawn wriggler thing that I had on to a, this is a Daiwa bait Junkie 3-inch on this rod. This flathead certainly doesn't like the look of the boat. It's another nice fish though. There we go, flathead number 3 for the morning. He's about the same size as that first one that we caught. He'd be about 49, 50 centimetres. We'll do the same thing, we'll stick a tag in him and fingers crossed get a little bit of data back if someone else manages to catch this fish. Definitely going to need a pair of pliers though, because he has scoffed that prawn soft plastic. Don't know if you can see that, but you'll see the little prawn soft plastic deep in his mouth there. So I certainly love the looks of it. There it is, little Daiwa bait Junkie. Add a little bit of S factor for a bit of flavour. Bob's your uncle. All right, the moment of truth. That's the biggest fish for the morning so far. He's 51 centimetres. I'll let him go to fight another day. There we go, that Daiwa bait Junkie prawn's done it again. We actually haven't moved since that last fish. I just hit anchor lock on the Garmin here, and like I was saying before, once you catch a flathead, it's worth sort of peppering the area, because there's every chance there'll be a second, third, who knows how many fish. There he is, lovely Dusky Flathead. He measured 45, that one. Once again, we'll let him go. Can't help but to think this S factor just helps you get a few more bites. Only a little fish this time, baby flathead. Tiny little flathead, be about 30 centimetres. There we go. Oh, except that's not a flathead, that was a sole. Looked like a flathead when I first saw it, but no, it's a little flat sole. Once again, this isn't a flathead. There seems to be a few sole in this area. And he has absolutely scoffed that prawn lure. Definitely not the size of the ones that they get overseas, but still a funky, cool little fish to catch. I think we've gone away from the decent fish and found the micro ones. Although he's not that micro, he'd be about 35. Still good fun to catch. Once again on that Daiwa bait Junkie prawn. Oh, ouch, that hurt. Little fella got me. See a little prawn lure in his mouth there. Seems to be really working on these fish today. It is prawn season though. We've had a pretty good run of prawns. We've had a fair bit of fresh water come through the systems to flush them out, and I'd say that's what these fish are feeding on. See you, mate. If you haven't done much flathead fishing, do take care when you're handling them. He only just got me then, but enough to draw some claret. The flats that we were fishing this morning are now covered by a fair bit of water, so I've just moved up into the mouth of Burpengary Creek here. There's another boat going past, coming into the creek now that there's enough water to get into it. Sort of middle of the day now, so I'm not really sure how we're going to go, but we'll give it another half an hour, and if we have no luck, we'll head off home. Another little flatty. Not really getting any bigger. That fish is about 35 as well. Quality started off good, but they've got smaller as the day's gone on. That one's on the Squidgy prawn. See you, mate. Come on, give us one big flathead to finish off with. That'd be really nice. Definitely as the day has gone on, the fish have got smaller. That one pretty well followed it all the way to the boat and ate it just as I was about to pull the lure out of the water. Don't be scared to use a bigger lure when you're fishing for these flathead. As you can see, that lure there is probably a bit over 100 millimeters and it's only a 30 centimeter fish, but didn't mind eating it. Well, that brings me to the end of another episode. I had a fun morning fishing the flats in Deception Bay, catching over half a dozen flathead. If you've been enjoying my content, please do me a massive favour and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate your support and I look forward to seeing you out on the water soon.